4939.
Put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah, so much funaka to celebrate.
Well, I guess that's my cue that
Hanukkah.
Bruce Leon is on the air. Bruce from Tandem HR, welcome to Get Down to Business and Happy Hanukkah to you and to all of our listeners.
Boy, you put me right behind Adam Sandler, huh? That's a tough act to follow.
It sure is. So, Bruce, it's time for New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolutions for folks, clients of Tandem HR, folks out there in the business community. How do you wrap up 2014 and get ready for 2015 successfully?
Well, first of all, I do think this is a very special time of the year. First of all, it's nice. Everybody's in a good mood. I know I do. I'm doing what a lot of other owners are doing. I'm taking the opportunity to go to clients and to sort of pop in. It's kind of that time of the year where you're kind of allowed just to pop in, bring a nice little gift or something, say thank you for a great year. And for me, it's really a chance to ask owners, what are they thinking about for 2015? And so, we get a little bit of a pulse of what small business owners are thinking for 2015 now.
And I've been following you. I was in Waukegan last week, and I just missed Bruce Leon. So you talk the talk, you walk the walk, you're out there, and it is a great time of year to show clients appreciation. But let's talk about employees as well. I'm going to be talking about holiday parties at the end of the show. But what sort of things do you do for your employees at the end of the year?
Well, we're not exactly a great example for this because our business is really focused on January 1st. When you're in the payroll business, we actually limit senior managers and mid-managers having extended vacations almost from October 1st until the first week in January. We have our holiday party, traditionally at the end of January. It's a time when people can relax. Right now, people are all out on open enrollments, bringing on new clients, working on sort of end-of-the-year stuff, crazy stuff that comes up. We just had a client that got some increased money from a venture capital firm and has to pay out bonuses, and everything has to be paid out by December 29th. So at the very, we're kind of pushing it. So for companies like us, and I guess there's other people that are, let's say they're in retail, and I suppose they're in the same situation, we sort of let employees know by constantly thanking them, giving them little gifts, and then telling them we're going to celebrate, but we're going to celebrate in January, which isn't such a terrible thing anyways. You can get the rooms you want. It's not such a premium, and it's a little more relaxed. So we typically do our kind of holiday celebrations for our company in January, but we often go to many of our clients' events, just pop in on them. It's a good time for us to see when clients are having their holiday parties. We often drop in and bring something and say thank you to the people that we work with all year.
Any suggestions for some of our listeners that are out there that are trying to think, how are they going to make 2015 better than 2014 was? How are they going to get to the next level in either their HR structure, in their sales efforts, and trying to grow their company? Any advice for our listeners?
Well, first of all, Shalom, I got to ask you, didn't 2014 just go by so fast?
I know. It seems like just yesterday we were having this discussion. It did fly by, and I have a feeling 2015 is going to be the same way. So unless you're really focused on those goals, the time passes so quickly, and those New Year's resolutions that you made today will just fly by, and it will pass, and you won't be able to get anything accomplished.
Right. First of all, I think 2014's been a great year for the relationship of Tandem HR and Shalom, Klein, WIND, and we really appreciate the relationship and looking forward to continuing on in 2015. I would tell you that I think that right now is a very important time. And I've been doing this, working with small, mid-sized businesses and helping them do their back office administration and HR for over 17 years. There's a lot out there right now. I can tell you in the last week we've had some very unique situations. I'll tell your listeners one thing, that the Department of Homeland Security, there's a lot going on right now around immigration issues. We've had a number of firms that have been visited, and, there's just a lot of stuff. When you're running a business, you're not always aware of the details that a person has to go through to check some of the paperwork that you have on file for people that may not be accurate. There's a lot of stuff now with Obamacare, with ACA, that's taking the first big things that are taking effect this January, and it is causing a little bit of havoc already. The first companies are starting to see some real challenges with that, and that's going to add a lot of paperwork. And it just adds more administrative nightmare to companies that are already struggling with the fact that it's harder to get good employees, margins are a little thinner, and you've got to just be more creative all the time. I mean, you had some great guests already, Spencer, talking about profiles and about, electronic digital marketing, which is a huge area. So there's a lot on people's plates now. It's not so simple. I had an owner tell me recently that when he started his business in the 80s, it was much easier, and if he knew how easy it was, how difficult it was going to be, he might think twice. In other words, there wasn't that much that people had to think about, and therefore I think it's critical that all owners and even people that are in the job market should take this time to really reflect and do some planning. I think
this is a good time to do a lot of reflection and a lot of planning, and I have a feeling that if 2015 is anything like 2014, it's going to be a year of great community service by Tandem HR, by your employees, and of course, with our good friend Bruce Leon at our side. I know we're going to have a lot of great conversations, a lot of great advice. Running out of time, but Bruce, our listeners, I'm sure, can hear during many of the commercials that air during the show how to reach you, but they can always call your Solution Center. That's Tandem HR at 630-928-0510. Visit tandemhr.com. Bruce, happy Hanukkah, happy New Year to you and to the family at Tandem HR.
I wish everybody a really successful 2015.
Thank you. After the break, we're talking with Shana Ehrenberg and Max Dayan of the Libenu Foundation.